Got myself a new outfit. Not gonna lie, I'm looking very scrummy. So as me and my housemate sat down for a new Demon Slayer movie, there wasn't very many people there, probably because it was the dub viewing, so sue me, I like the dub. We could hear a tiny child up in the back seats talking away, and it's like, why is there a tiny child in this movie? But it's like, okay, you know what, kids like Demon Slayer, so what? Okay, whatever. But as the movie came on, he kept talking, and it was just like, it's just this tiny little child just talking in the back, and the mum wasn't saying anything. I think she said shush once, but didn't keep on saying it because the kid kept on talking. But it's okay though. Some brave soul just yelled out in the theater, "Could you please shut up?" And guess what? He did. And within 10 minutes, the kid and his mum was gone. Why do parents bring their children into anime movies that are clearly not for tiny little children? Anime is not simply a cartoon. My god, do your research. Do your research. Do people really just look at a poster and go, "Oh, that's a cartoon, I'll take my child to that"? I'm going to guess. They saw the name Demon Slayer and thought it was part of K-pop Demon Hunters. That's my guess there.
Let's kick things off, shall we? It's time we had some fun.
Hey guys, Blazie here. Welcome to this little review of the Demon Slayer Infinite Castle Part 1 movie. Wow. I don't think it's a stupid thing to say that this is one of the best looking anime movies ever. Not necessarily just an animated movie, but anime movie? Oh my god, just the opening with all the characters falling down just looks so good on the big screen. And then, of course, just how flashy a lot of the combat is just, oh my god, I had a big smile on my face throughout the entirety of the movie. It looks, incredible. It is an incredible looking movie. If you do like anime and you do like Demon Slayer and you're a little bit on the fence of seeing this movie, go out and see it. Go out and see it. It is incredible to look at. So, that is absolutely like a huge pro for this movie. It is incredible. Some of the best fight scenes ever. I'm so looking forward to the second and third movie because they gotta be insane. Absolutely insane. Now, does this movie have faults, though? Well, of course, it is a part 1, so it is not a completed storyline. But what is there is really good. It gets you hyped up for the next part. But you also do get conclusions to fights. There's 3 big fights in the movie. 3 big fights. That's not really a secret if you know Demon Slayer. So yes, there will be spoilers in this review because obviously there is the manga. But but it's not really like spoiler. It's pretty... everyone really knows. I should also point out, if you don't know, I am a Demon Slayer fan. I have what is it, up there or there? I don't know. Be that side, yeah. I have a whole Inosuke collection just up there. Also have a bunch of figures behind me, which I'll probably show right now. And then I did review the Mugen Train movie, I believe, and I really loved that movie. But this one is a whole nother level. The animation is so incredible every step of the way. And then there are 3 big fights in this movie. Shinobu and Doma, Kakaya, and Zenitsu. And then Giyu and Tanjiro versus Akaza. Which is the one that you all want to see. That's the one... Which is the one that I was excited to see the most since he was in the Mugen Train movie. So it was really cool to see him here going up against Giyu and Tanjiro. And it's a lot. The animation is so beautiful and so flashy. But you can see everything going on. It is... I cannot talk enough about how nice the movie is to look at. Now, in a way, a lot of people have talked about the pacing issues, that there's too many flashbacks, or there's weird pacing issues. Now, it is a bit weird the way they did it, but I also really loved the way they did it. So I thought the movies would have all the fights kind of happening at once. But no, the movie focuses first on Shinobu and Doma. It focuses purely on that fight for the first part of the movie. And then the second half was Zenitsu and Kaguya or whatever, I can't remember his name. And then the third part was Tanjiro and Giyu. And that was kind of cool. I actually really loved how they focused on those moments. It did kind of intercut in between, because it might have been a bit messy in that sense. So I think it was actually kind of clean the way they did it. Which then, yes, during the fight scenes and such, you would get like a little flashback here and there. Which I don't find to be a problem. I don't like how many people have a problem with flashbacks in Demon Slayer, because it's to show these characters, to show how evil Muzan, the head demon, is. That he turned all these good people into demons, but at the same time some of them are just pure evil, so you want them to die more because you got their backstory on how evil they are. That's kind of a point, you know. There's reasons why those backstories and such exist. So I don't mind the way they did them. I don't think they also dragged on for too long. Not to mention all the fights that do happen in between is really, really good. And so I can understand them not shoving like a whole entire fight scene for, 20, 30 minutes. It needs to be cut up because it would just be so much. It would be so much. Not to mention, it is how it's done in the manga. And I myself don't feel like the pacing was off. There was one, however, that I feel like dragged on. So it was during the last part with Giyu and Tanjiro. It could also be because there's just so much happening in that movie, because it has, Shinobu and her backstory, has Zenitsu's backstory, and has Akaza's backstory, and has a lot of stuff happening that maybe it is just a lot happening to your brain watching this movie. So maybe that's a part of it. It is a bit of a long movie as well. It is like a good 2 hours, or a little over 2 hours. It's definitely long for an anime movie. But there is a moment where Tanjiro talks about seeing this other world that Akaza can see. And that whole thing of I need to not show any killing intent so then he doesn't see me kind of thing. I need to be invisible by doing this. And that part dragged on for way too long. It's okay, movie, we get it. No, we get it. Yep, okay. Yep, he just has to not display emotions. We get it, movie. We get it. That part did drag on for too long. I don't think Akaza's backstory was the problem. Yes, that does drag on. A lot of people were no, that could have been cut down. Admittedly, my housemate had to pee during Akaza's backstory, and by the time they came back, nothing had happened. They had missed nothing of the story. And they were gone for quite a while, but... so maybe it did need to be cut down just a little, but at the same time, I like Akaza, I like seeing this backstory, I liked the backstory, so I wasn't mad about it, but it was that other moment that I think dragged on for too long. But then they would do all these flashy animations, and it's okay, we have this dialogue, let's do all this flashy animation, weird kind of thing, show off how good our CGI and stuff is. Which the CGI is amazing in this movie. The last CGI they did do was with the Swordsmith arc, where they had these fissures and such, and the CGI there was not great. It wasn't great, but the CGI here was incredible and worked really well with the animation. It didn't feel out of place at all. And the Infinity Castle as well, it's kind of dull. It's all just a lot of brown colours, but it also allows just for so much freedom as to where they fight and such. There's this one whole part where Giyu and Akaza are standing on two things. They get, lifted up away from Tanjiro and such. And then, these other pillars come up and water starts trickling down them, and it's just that's not in the manga for sure, is it? You're literally making a fighting arena here. There's no reason for it, but damn does it look cool. I think if you're like me and you love that kind of epic kind of stuff, you will enjoy this movie because it is extremely epic. It is a very epic movie. But even then, it still does the Demon Slayer stuff, the Demon Slayer isms or whatever, where they do the goofy faces. There's like a moment right at the beginning of the movie that caught me off guard and just made me laugh for just a good solid 5 to 10 minutes. Of just like Giyu and Tanjiro just talking away. And then like, oh, we gotta get moving, and so they quickly do like a little running animation that's so goofy. Like this is not the time for that kind of animation where just everyone's going to get killed, and they do this goofy animation, and it's just like so funny. So the movie does still have jokes. It is still funny. It's lighthearted, but then it's obviously sad as well. There's a lot of just. It does a good balance of it all. It really balances out really nicely. I really just don't have any kind of problems with this movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a big smile on my face the entire time. Yes, as I said, there was that one moment that did drag on for too long for my liking, but it was still good and had a good conclusion. I guess they try not to make it visually boring by just having the character kind of stand there and kind of just talk. They do try to do all this stuff with the animation to try and to keep your eyes entertained. So that's good at least. I will also point out one scene with my favorite boy, Inosuke up here. Like, he's barely in the movie. He gets like 3 scenes. There's one at the very beginning, one right near the end, and then at the end. And the one near the end, it's just like Tanjiro and Inosuke just sitting in his bed and just kind of just talking away. And it's like, so gay. I'm sorry, but like, it's so cute and adorable. Just the idea of the two of them just sitting on a bed having a casual chat. And it was like a flashback, and it was just like, so cute. It was really, really cute. Like, I love just sitting on a bed with a friend and just having a casual chat. It's just fun, and it was just a quirky little moment that I just thought was so cute and gay. But yeah, what else is there to say? Like, the Shinobu Doma fight was pretty good, but then the Zenitsu one was so good. Like, I was a little worried it would just be like one move over and over, but no, it's like just the effects are just so good. And then of course the Giyu and Tanjiro and Akaza is just so much. There's so much happening in this movie. I do not understand how anyone could hate it. The only people I see hating this movie are the ones who just simply don't like the characters. They just like the fight scenes, and it's like, you're the TikTok generation, aren't you? You're the TikTok generation who doesn't have time for story and backstory and flashbacks and that. You just like the fights. That sounds like such a TikTok generation, you know? And it's just like, I like the characters. I like Demon Slayer because I like the characters and the story. Yes, the fight scenes are also amazing most of the time, but I like the characters first. And I think they give you a lot of the characters. Either way, I really like this movie, and I absolutely recommend it if you're a Demon Slayer fan, or just a Demon Slayer kind of watcher kind of thing. I absolutely recommend it. Like, you need to see it in cinemas. Don't wait for the second or third one to come out. No, you have to see this one in cinemas. It's just such a good watch. Yes, you need to know stuff beforehand, absolutely, or you will not understand this movie. But yeah, alright, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed. Please do give this video a like, and let me know down in the comments below if you have seen this movie, what your thoughts on it are. I forgot to give it a rating. Alright, first, let's give this movie a rating. It's pretty obvious. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 Foxes. I feel like that's pretty obvious at this point. I absolutely enjoyed this movie. The problems I have are then rectified by the awesome fighting, and then just the character development and just some of the little character moments I just loved. I had a great time in watching this movie. So absolutely 10 out of 10 Foxes. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do give me comments below, and give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe, share this video everywhere. I'm on Blue Sky, go follow me over there, link down below. If you enjoy what I do, I have a PayPal, I have a coffee, go support me, because that would be amazing. Alright, give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and hit that bell icon, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. I think I had a stroke.